said, for God's sake, he said, you're in the army. He said, you don't smoke like this. Because what I was smoking like this, I was going... He said, you're going to get this right. He said, you cup it. He said, everybody cups it in the army so that nobody can say that they got it hidden.
So the snipers can't see. That's what it's about.
Yeah. And he said, and also, you smoke like this, you go... dispersing the smoke from around yourself. So he taught me how to smoke fags. So I'd smoked fags. So I thought, just to be polite, I have this fag. So I don't like that. And what I didn't notice was, as I finished the drag, everybody in the group leaned forward for their turn. I just was oblivious to the culture of it. So I smoked the whole thing myself. And because I was a guest, these Americans weren't... They were polite enough. They're all students. They were polite enough not to say, they told me the following morning that I'd bogarted. Apparently Humphrey Bogart never passed it on. so it was just became...
I've heard that phrase before.
I like that.
Duncan, have you ever enjoyed...
I have. Can I turn this on its head, though? I'm quite happy to reveal my drug-taking past. But the drugs that I've not yet, and I believe, I'm going to use the word enjoy, because I believe it has many benefits, is opium. And what I'd love to do at some stage of my life, before I go off this mortal coil, is actually find a living, breathing opium den and have a lost 48 hours.
Okay.
I'd like to do that. I've been watching a lot of Sherlock Holmes on ITV3, and I like the idea of just going to an opium den and just kind of just losing it for 48 hours. So that's the drug I haven't tried, but like to.
It's great stuff.
Is it? Is it good? Do you recommend it?
I've only ever done it once, and I have.
Where did you do your opium?
In the back of a van on the way to Brighton one night after being down the pub with a bunch of people.
Not the same as a little den, though, is it? A Chinese man in the corner.
No, but I can't remember much about the entire night once I got to Brighton.
It's a Jack Brel lyric.
Right.
I've
got a mental picture.
Chinamen in a bar in Twickenham.
Yeah.
It's
So that was that. I used to, when I was at college, a lot of people used to smoke cannabis resin, and I used to pretend I wasn't interested in cannabis resin, because I used to go down at lunchtime and have 6 pints of old speckled hen, and that was my tip. Although someone actually gave me an eighth. They gave me an eighth, and I took it home and I thought I was having a particularly bad week, and I thought one Saturday evening I'm going to lock myself in my bedroom with just me and my eighth of cannabis resin. And then I realised I didn't have any Rizzlers. But my late father used to be quite a prolific pipe smoker, and I inherited his pipes. So I had a pipe rack. I've still got them to this day, and I selected a pipe, and I remember it was a curvy one. It was a bent Hungarian, and what it is, it bends down, and the shape of the bowl is a Hungarian. It's called a bent Hungarian. And then I went off to the convenience store round the corner because I had no baccy, and I bought some, I think it was Gold Leaf, or it might have been some Bruno.
Does anybody buy that for anything other than marijuana?
Anyway, I got it back and I mixed it all together, and I was like bowlfuls of this ready rubbed St. Bruno with all of my resin crumbled into it. It was one of the best nights of my life.
God, there's nothing.
So that was the cannabis resin, and the other was cocaine, and that was at a radio station that we both worked at, and it was through the night, and it was 24-hour war coverage because we invaded Iraq, and I'd been on air for 5 hours, and I said in the toilet, and that was it.
Excellent.
Wow. And if you're short of a few quid, you can go there and you can pick up the cistern, empty it out into a couple of bags, go down the road and make yourself 500 quid. So there you are.
Wow,
it's great.
You know the Blue Peter Garden? Well, years ago there was an ITV equivalent to Blue Peter called Magpie, which I presented. I did one show from the Magpie Garden, completely high. Completely high. And I saw it back afterwards, and it was so obvious. I was going to go, Beetroo! What is it? Anyway, let's take a human zoo. Cool.
Gone.
Okay, cool. Stuart?
My first time?
Yeah,
it's actually fairly similar to yours, actually. It was cannabis resin, and I'd never done it before, you know. I was always one of these very good do-gooders, and all my friends were smoking it, but I was always the one that didn't. And I used to work in a pizza delivery place in Guildford, and a friend of mine who I'd been out with a week before funnily enough, from around this area, had left a tenth of resin in my car. So apparently it was good stuff. Black Russian, apparently it was good stuff, apparently. And so I thought, well, just try a little bit of it. So crumbled it in after work. After work, me and a friend, we went up to this sort of like car park to go and roll up and what have you. Smoked the spliff. Yeah, well, was that it? Do you know? Great. Started driving home. Felt a little lightheaded. hang on a minute. Felt very lightheaded. Pulled over, got out the car, thinking, God, I need to get some air. Pulled over, got out the car, and woke up 15 minutes later, slumped by the back wheel where I'd passed out. It was great. And that was my first time.
Drugs.
Great stuff.
I remember when I had this Saturday evening session that I remember listening to a lot of jazz, and jazz, when you're stoned out of your head, is fantastic.
Hours with pirate radio
God,
stations.
I love it.
Let's have a quick Human Zoo contribution. Thank you for
Hi,
calling.
Tommy!
Alan!
Hi!
Yeah, you?
Get Stuart to play the jingle.
Oh, Tommy's playing your jingle today.
I'll play your jingle. You ready to go then?
Yep.
Okay, then here with the Play Radio Sunday night sports roundup is Alan Caddick.
Sunday night sport roundup with Alan Caddick on playradiouk.com.
Good evening. We start with football and today's 8 games in the Premiership. Firstly, we go to the Emirates Stadium where Arsenal survived a scare before returning to the Premiership summit with a narrow win against Sunderland. Robin Van Persie's stunning free kick at Felipe Sonaldo's finish for Arsenal took inside 40 minutes, but Ross Wallace pulled one back for Sunderland before half-time, and Kiwane Jones headed an equaliser 3 minutes after the interval to stun Arsenal. Van Persie slid home a 90th minute winner, while Sunderland's ball McCain saw Webb before I got to hit him, so the score was Arsenal 3, Sunderland 2. At Ewan Park, goals from David Bentley and Benny McCarthy secured victory for Blackburn, despite a spirited effort from Birmingham City. That's 2-1. At the Reebok, Simon Canu scored the early goal as Chelsea won in the Premier League for the first time since August, so it was 1-0 there. At Craven Cottage, second half goals from Bajani and Anderson lifted Portsmouth up to 5th in the table and left Fulham in the bottom 3. That's 2-0. At Anfield, Fernando Torres' header from in injury time led to a draw for Liverpool after they went ahead from Paul Robertson split Stephen George's free kick and Andre Boulin pounced to snarl for rebounds. But Key's goals at the end of the first half and at the beginning of the second half changed the course of the game. 2-2 the score there. At Eastlands, an inspired Manchester City dispatched injury-ravaged Middlesbrough to maintain their 100% home record, the score there being 3-1. At St James's Park, it's return of Michael Owen with a goal 9 days after his groin injury, sealed a win for Newcastle against Everton, 3-2 the score there. Finally, at the Majeski Stadium, Kevin Dale's first goal of the season for Reading sealed defeat for Derby, who are still without a point or a goal on the top of the season, 1-0. Now over to Formula One, and a bit of a disaster for Lewis Hamilton at the Japanese Grand Prix in Shanghai today when he was retired after he spun off the track as he was going into the pit lane. Kimi Raikkonen won the race in the Ferrari with Hamilton's teammate and championship rival Fernando Alonso coming second in the McLaren and Felipe Massa going third in the other Ferrari. So it looked like a three-way battle between the three of them for the title in 2 weeks' time in Brazil. Finally, in the Rugby World Cup, South Africa beat Fiji 3-3 to book a place in the semi-final to face either Argentina or Scotland next Sunday. That match is being played now. And that's sport for tonight. It's over to the boys.
What's the score?
37-20 to South Africa.
No, the Argentina one.
No, well, but, I don't know the score yet because they've only just kicked off.
Well, we've been going about 20 minutes. Do you want to check it out and then get back to us? Only I've had a little punt on Argentina.
Okay, I'm
Thank
on
you.
it.
All right, good man. He's a good man, Alan.
You've got a Skype call, by the way.
Okay, we'll take a Skype call. Good evening, Skyper. You're on Play Radio.
Hello, I'm surfing the net looking for some good talk radio, and I seem to tune into like some retard talking, as if I turned into like Special Olympics radio or something. What the fuck is he doing? He's smoking too much crackers. He's smoking too much crackers. He have a dick in his mouth. What's the deal here?
We are pushing back the boundaries. We're encouraging diversity. Do you have such a word?
Diversity.
Do you have a word as long as that in America?
Retards are retarded.
Huh? Do you have a word
This
as long
isn't
as
Special
diversity in
Olympics
America?
Radio. Save that shit for like BBC or something.
Well, you don't sound like the sharpest tool in the box.
Well, I'm not, but I'm not retarded and I don't got dick in my mouth.
Fuck off.
Oh dear, what a prick.
Nice.
We should have some important messages soon.
PC or something. Well, you don't sound like the sharpest tool in the
Oh, what?
What?
What's going on?